Hi, I'm Bob Krause, coming to you from the great state of Michigan. I've got my own golf academy up here in the Great Lakes, and I'm going to take a little time to talk to you about the fundamentals of the golf swing. A brief overview of the stance, the grip, the posture, the first move, just different things that I feel are going to help you in the game of golf. All right, let's get started. So I've got a 6-iron here. It's a mid-iron. So what I like to do is anytime someone gets started with me, I like to start with pretty much a mid-iron, because I feel like if I can build a golf club, if I can build a golf swing with a golf club in the mid-range, it's just basically ball position and distance from the ball. Okay. So one of the biggest things I do when I start to teach someone how to play golf is I look at their setup. And if I can get your setup right, I can get everything else moving in the right direction. In my opinion, if you go to take a golf lesson and the instructor does not start with the setup, you can't get in your car fast enough and get out of there, because it's basically like building a house on sand and building a house on good ground. So if I have a foundation that I can swing a golf club, then I can actually get it in the right positions. So basically, let's just do it real simple, and we're going to start by just steadying at the golf ball. And all I want to do is have a relaxed position in the knees, a little bit of flex, and a little bit of weight on the thighs. And what I want to do then is I want to stick my butt out a bit, and I want to bend from the waist. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get my arms to swing naturally. Okay? Once I can get these arms to swing naturally and they want to come back and forth on the target, then I can get you in the right position. Here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to set the club on the ground, and as we take our athletic position, and we've got our butt out, and we've got a decent posture. I'm not really into angles as much as I am comfortable. Okay, so we have to have some form of comfort to swing the golf club correctly. All right, here's a great way for you then to understand where you are and understand you're in the good position. So if you take your left hand and you put it on the golf club, and you put your right hand down and you take the right hand off, and you'll see where it lies here. See how it kind of wants to come right back into here? Now, this is telling you you're in the right position as far as distance away from the ball. If you were too far from the ball, and I was like this, and I went to grip it, and I took my arm off and it starts hanging naturally here, what that tells me is I'm too far away from the ball. So what I need to do is I need to get back in closer to the ball, let the arm swing much more naturally. Next, let's talk about ball position. This is a very important part of the golf swing, often overlooked by many amateurs, but very important to a good shot. So what we want to do is have consistent ball position. In order to build a consistent golf swing, we must be very diligent on where we put the ball. And I like to teach one ball position with my irons, one ball position with my 3-woods and my hybrids, and one ball position with my driver. So I don't like to move the ball around too much in my stance. So when I get started, I want to put the irons all just inside the left heel or forward of center. And then when I adjust my stance to the length of my golf club, I just take my right foot and I move it in with the pitching wedge, and I take my stance like this, or I move it out with a 3-iron and back up just a little bit with a 3-iron. Because what this does is it builds visual constants. And in golf, we need constants in golf. Otherwise, it's hard to build a consistent golf swing. So then when I grab a 3-wood, let me put these down here, or a driver, or a hybrid, I like to move the ball with the 3-wood on the left heel. Okay, this gives me plenty of time to make a nice long golf swing, make a nice big arc, transfer the weight, and hit the ball correctly. And then what I like to do is I like to move the ball position with a driver. Let me just put this over here for a second. I like to put the ball position with the driver just on the instep of the left foot. This allows you to have a much bigger arc, a much easier time to get to the back of the ball. That way you are building visual constants in the golf swing. This, in my opinion, is the best way to build a consistent golf swing. All right, here's what I like to do when I work with a student. I like to make sure that when they get in their posture and they get in their stance, that they check their weight distribution. I want to make sure the weight distribution is on the shoelaces on your feet. This is a great way for you to identify a visual along with a feel so that you know you're in the right position. I also want you to make sure that you have the weight distribution correctly right to left. So if I've got too much weight on the right, I'm not going to be able to perform at my highest level, and if I have too much weight on my left side, and vice versa. So this is a great way for you to understand where your weight distribution is and the correct weight distribution so that you can play better golf. So let's recap. The 3 things you must work on to build a better golf swing: posture, weight distribution, and ball position. If you work on these 3 things, you're on your way to better golf. If you'd like some more information about me, Bob Krause, please visit bobkrausegolf.com. Hi, I'm Bob Krause. Welcome to today's web tip. I'm going to talk about the sway, how it affects your shot, and how to get rid of it. When you take the club back and as you transfer the weight on the way back in the backswing, what happens is all the weight gets on the outside of the right thigh, making it very difficult for you then to time it to get to the back of the ball. All right, so let's show you how to correct this. You're going to take a ball and you're going to put it on the right side of your body and you're going to step on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to immerse that ball halfway. Then you're going to take it and you're going to put it underneath the right side of your right pinky toe. And then start the backswing. Now just take a couple rehearsals, and as you feel, you'll feel the weight on the inside of the right thigh. This is going to be able to make it much easier for you to identify the actual proper weight distribution. You'll notice you'll feel the resistance on the outside of the right foot. This will create the resistance on the inside of the right thigh. As you swing the club, you'll turn around that point, and it'll be much easier for you to get to the back of the ball. For today's web tip, I'm Bob Krause.